Hello friends, welcome back. So in the present video, we will study about the grain size distribution curve. Grain size distribution curve. So by the name itself, we can understand it. Grain size distribution. That means if you are taking a soil sample, so how the solid particles, that means how the sizes, the percentage of the sizes are varying in a soil. So this we will call it as a semi-logarithmic graph. Semi-logarithmic graph. That means on one side we will take the log values. On the other side we will take the exact values, but on the x-axis we will take the log of the particles. That means let us consider that x-axis, y-axis, and on x-axis we are considering the size of the particle. That is the size of the particles, we are taking it in mm, and you have to consider the log values on the x-axis. Suppose if you are having size 10 mm, represent the log of 10. So on the x-axis we are considering the log values, but y-axis we are considering the same. On the y-axis we are considering the percentage finer. So in the sieve analysis, depending upon the table, like size, percentage retained, cumulative, percentage final. So depending upon the size, we know the percentage final. So the size we will convert them into log values, and then we will place the values here, and then we will draw a graph. Suppose let's say we are having some diameters of the ranges like 0.001, 0.01, how the values will vary. 0.001, 0.1, 1, 10, like that the log values will vary. Suppose if I draw a graph, let us assume that with respect to the size and with respect to the percentage finer, if I am getting a graph like this, that means here every diameter of the particle is having some values. So here we will call this as a well graded curve, or we can say it is a well graded soil. What is mean of well graded? All the size of the particles are included here, so that's why it is well graded. Similarly, suppose if I am having the soil type, let us say if I am having some soil type like this, what is mean by here? Suppose if you see this portion, if you see this portion, in between this portion there is no soil present here. So the soil is present up to here, and then it is started from here to here. But in between this portion, there is no soil present. So as some of the particles are missing, that's why here it is called the gap graded soil. Gap graded soil. Similarly, let us say that if you are obtained a graph like this, that means here, see along the x-axis how many different size of the particles you can see here. You can see very small range. That means the soil is consisting of a very same size of the particles, or I will call it as a uniformly graded soil. What is meant by uniform? The entire soil is consisting of the almost same size of the solid particles. That's why it is uniformly graded soil. So if your soil consisting of all the sizes of the particles, we are calling it as a well graded soil. So let me write it down here. So I'll say it is a well graded soil. What is meant by well graded soil? It consists of all the varieties, that means all the sizes, or we can see it will having the different sizes of particles. Different sizes of particles. Similarly, if I talk about the uniformly graded soil, uniformly graded soil, the name itself implies uniformity is there. That means it consisting of the same size of the particles. The soil consisting of same size of particles. Similarly, gap graded soil. The name itself is a gap. There is some gap between the curve, or else we can say some part of the particles are missing, or some sizes of particles are missing. Or by listening the name itself, we can understand. So if it is well graded, all the sizes of the particles are present. If it is uniformly graded, the soil is consisting of same sizes of the particles, exactly not same but very small range of the particles. If it is a gap graded, there is a some gap, that means some particles are missing. Okay, so depending upon this grain size distribution, we have to find out some important sizes. I'll say it is a some important sizes. So I will call them as D10 and D30, comma D60. Okay. D, the D represents the diameter and this subscript represents the percentage finer. That means if I say that if I am talking about the D10, that means I am talking about size of the particle. I am talking about the size of the particle which is finer than size of the particles finer than 10%. Like as we have seen 4.35, 2.36, 1 mm like that. So we have D10 is nothing but a size on which the soil is finer than the 10%. Similarly, if I talk about D30, similarly, how can I express it? The size of the particle, the size of the particle consisting of finer than 30%. Similarly, if I am talking about the D60 size, D we can also call it as a size, or else we can also call it as a diameter of particle which is finer than the 60%. So depending upon these three values, we have to study, or we have to define some important parameters. That is, we will call it as a coefficient of uniformity, and also we will talk about the coefficient of curvature. Coefficient of uniformity we will defining with C subscript U. This is nothing but a D60 divided by D10. Already we have seen what is D60 and also what is D10. Coefficient of curvature, that is represented by C subscript C. This is nothing but a D square 30 divided by D60 into D10. These formulas we have to by heart them. Okay. So depending upon these two values, we will define that whether the soil is uniformly graded or the soil is well graded soil. Every time we will not draw the graph and then we will find out the values. Depending upon these two parameters, still we can define whether they comes under uniformly graded or whether they comes under well graded soil. Okay. Now let us see those ranges. Ranges are also important. Let us say that if your CU lies between, that means coefficient of uniformity, if Cu lies between 1 and 2, then we will call it as a uniformly graded soil. We will call it as a uniformly graded soil. Okay. Now suppose if your Cu, wait once again. Suppose if your CU, coefficient of uniformity, if it is greater than 4, then we have to call the soil as well graded gravel. Well graded gravel. So as of now, just remember that it will be called it as a well graded gravel. So how can we define gravel and what are the limits for that? That we'll discuss in the next chapter. Similarly, if your coefficient of uniformity, if it is greater than 6, then we will call it as a well graded sand. Well graded sand. That means if Cu value, if it is in between 1 to 2, we will call it as a well graded, uniformly graded soil. If Cu is greater than 4, we will call it as a well graded gravel. If Cu is greater than 6, we will call it as a well graded sand. Similarly, if your Cc, coefficient of curvature, if your Cc lies between 1 to 3, then we will call it as a well graded soil. So if your Cc lies between 1 to 3, we will call it as a well graded soil. And if you are getting Cu greater than 4, then we'll say it is a well graded gravel. Similarly, Cc is 1 to 3 and also Cu is greater than 6, then we will call it as a well graded sand. And one more important point here is that grain size distribution is applicable for the coarse grained soils, or else we will study the grain size distribution curve based on the sieve analysis. So whatever the results are obtained in the sieve analysis, by using those results, we will draw the grain size distribution curve. From the grain size distribution curve, we will take out some important sizes. Depending upon these three parameters, we will define coefficient of uniformity and also will define coefficient of curvature. And depending upon the ranges of these two parameters, then we will define that whether your soil is well graded or whether it is uniformly graded, and also whether it is well graded gravel, and also it is called it as a well graded sand. And also remember one point, D10, that means the size which is having particles finer than the 10%, we will call it as a effective size. So in exam, sometimes even without mentioning it is a D10, they will give you that effective size of the particle is 1 mm. That means that they are giving you indirectly the D10 values. Okay. This is how about the grain size distribution curve. In the next video, we will discuss about the density index. Thank you.